Yeah, I would like to thank everyone, Ugandan fans, football players, soccer administrators, and everyone. And so my experience with the Red Bulls has been quite good. Yeah, since I started, when you think about the first time I started, things have been changing and getting so hard, but I'm trying to keep up with the flow of everything and transit into like the style of play, the professional way of the soccer player must be treated, um like the ways, food and stuff, trainings, weather. So I'm trying to cope up with the situation right now. Yeah.
But from Uganda to United States, sorry, from Uganda to the United States, what can you share? Making a transition on both on the pitch and off the pitch.
First of all, it's about playing international football global wide. Is about the mental. It's mental. Yeah, you might not be so good, but the mentality has to be strong, because you're gonna see so many challenges. You're gonna be struggling. You're gonna be like everything is gonna beat you up. But how the most important thing is, if I'm falling, how do I get back on my feet? First of all, the weather beats you up, because the weather just changes each and every time. The food is new, and the style of play based on the team that you're going to play for, the strategy of the team, how we're gonna play according to different games, because you have different strategy for different games. Um, a lot of things like the discipline wise, there are so many things that you have to follow, uh, off and on the field. Like we have classes all the time for before training. We have gym after training. Like there are so many things that I can mention, but right now it's about the only thing is about mentality. How are you strong? Yeah.
You started your journey at KCCA. How did that
Yeah.
shape you as a player?
KCCA was one of the biggest teams in the league in Uganda, and the exposure was so good. Like it helped me up. Like remember we used to go for Champions League, CAF, and fortunately I played some more games. The exposure was quite a bit good. The fans, and when you compare the fans in the Champions League against like teams like El Ahly, teams from Egypt. So when you come to this end, you're gonna find the same fan base. Yeah, you're not gonna be in the field, and you're gonna be like, oh, intimidated, nervous. At first you can be nervous. Yeah. And talking about the style of play, remember KCC was this kind of a team under the coach of Mike Mutebi. Was this kind of a coach who would like to play like Barcelona, Man City style. Yeah. And he used to do like give young players the opportunity to expose themselves on the field. So it gave me confidence, because I had played some more games since I was young, and playing with the likes of Saddam, Sulaiman Mutiaba, and they could guide me at times. And due to the fact that they were playing football on the international level before, so it was for me it was easy like to adapt to everything I found these ends.
Right, you've been talking about KCCA, that's the Uganda Premier League,
Yeah,
MLS, and now Next Pro. Because yes, I believe MLS it was a little bit of a small stint, but yeah,
yeah,
it gave you a little bit of some experience to know
yeah,
what you can experience out there. So
yeah.
how would you compare these leagues in terms of competition and development?
I'll start with in terms of development. When you look at the structures for Red Bull, they have developed so many players with like mission of grooming the player and maybe sell the player. Yeah. But when you look at in terms of the Ugandan local league, they groom a player and the end of the day, a player is nowhere to be seen. I think that's they don't follow up players where they go and what they do. But in internationally, I won't talk about Red Bull, but internationally, clubs that do have academies, when they see that this player is gonna be something in the future, they try to follow up that player and they guide that player, which in Uganda or in our African league, we lack that. In terms of you say the fan base, the support, yeah. So the support in Uganda is less. I won't say it's not there, but it's less. We're trying, yeah, due to
Yeah.
the fact that I won't say our government, but football wise, Ugandans are supporters, but the investors we have less sponsors. But right in this ends, like they give you everything you need for you to perform 100%. So you don't have any other thing or excuse that, oh, I don't have this. They make sure you have everything in set in place for you to perform 100%. Yeah.
I think your Mangals players who have played a couple of games, quite
Yeah.
many. 20 would be 20 out of 23 is
Yeah.
a pretty huge number and scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
What would you attribute your performance to? You being in that team only is a testament that you've been performing well.
Yeah.
How would you rate your performance so far?
So far, I wouldn't be like my performance like last season wasn't quite good, but I'm trying to pick up due to the fact that I missed a whole year with MCL injury. But I've tried to help myself and the team too, and the young players as well in the team, at least to achieve something and maybe help myself. So I won't say like it was a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, because I'm not doing the job alone. I have teammates along. So I couldn't say I was 10 out of 10 or I was 9. But I think I performed quite um half of my performance that I have to be since I had a setback. Yeah.
Your first MLS next pro goal came against Philadelphia
Yeah.
in April.
Yes.
Take us through that moment.
So I had a feeling because that's a derby,
Yeah.
and every player in the whole world, their dream is to score a goal or do something or play good in a derby. So it was quite a big experience for me to, like, my first year, to have a goal on such a big game like that. And it was a game that we needed as a team, because when you talk about Philly and New York Red Bulls, that's a derby, and it's a die or do game. You have to win it. You have to do something. Like you have to play. You have to give it all. It was such a good experience, like celebrating my first goal with my family, because I call them my family, my players, my teammates, my coaches. It's a good. I was so happy. Yeah.
So happy you say, but just
Yeah.
in the same way, you made your assist in December, and
Yeah.
you get to know that each and every midfielder, of course,
Yeah.
you've had different ways of play.
Yeah.
One can name you as a forward, and another can
Yeah.
name you as a midfielder. So
Yeah.
in the aspect of being a midfielder or an attacking midfielder, how was
Yeah.
it to get your first assist in September?
It was quite a bit challenging and at the same time so good, because I'm trying to get better. That's what I can say. But any other midfielder getting a assist towards the end of the year, it's quite a little bit disappointing. But I won't like demoralize myself like that. But I think it was a good experience because everyone wanna do something or make assist or make a goal for the team. But I think it was good. Yeah.
As a player, I would say you're subjected to challenges, both
Yeah.
on and off the pitch.
Yes,
First
please.
of all, what are your challenges on the pitch? Or what were your challenges on the pitch last season?
Um, my last season, one of the biggest challenges on the pitch was the weather, because it keeps on changing, and due to the fact that I got a surgery, so this weather, cold weather, sometimes it makes my knee a little bit painful and numb, so I couldn't feel it. And sometimes last season, I was so afraid of going into tackles because I had that spark in my head, and I don't know, like there are so many challenges. I came back when I'm so heavy, because since I was off for a year, I wasn't playing so many games and trainings, and I came back so heavy, and due to the fact that I came so heavy, the team expected me to do much. So it put me under pressure, and I could keep demanding myself something big, because I want to be going forward and be somewhere like bigger that maybe where I was before. So that's another challenge, the pressure. Do something for the team too. That's a big challenge. My knee, the weather, and the food. I think that's it. Off the field.
Yeah, off the pitch, you say it was the food. What's your
Yeah.
food while you're in New York?
Sorry.
What's your best food while you're in New York?
So my best food, when in New York, there is what we call chipotle. It's a mix of beans, chicken, rice. There's what we call lactase, avocado. There's cheese. So it's a combination of so many things. Yeah, and it's so good. So that's what I eat mostly since I'm on a diet. When I don't have food like brought up to home or getting food from the facility, that's what I'm recommended to eat, because it has proteins at the same time it's healthy. It has some veggies and stuff.
That sounds more like Uganda, a little bit there. Uh,
Yeah, that's why. So that's why I like it. There's beans, there's rice, and
yeah, you've represented Uganda at multiple levels.
Yes.
Mainly some I can mention 20, under 23, and the
Yeah,
senior team.
yeah.
Some teams, however much they have not been as competitive as we wanted them to be. But on that note, what does it mean to you to wear the national team jersey?
Bro, I can't tell you my first time to put on a national jersey. I was like, in Uganda, there are so many big players that are so good, like abansingo mupira. Yeah. Naye, for someone to put on that jersey, it's something big. In the whole world, a footballer or a soccer player, their dream is to play on the national team.
Yeah.
So it was my pleasure to have that experience for the first time. I think that was Sekafa under 20. I was in Gulu, I think, when we were playing I think Tanzania. Yeah. So I remember the thing we were under Coach Mole. He told us we have like 40 million people. In Uganda. In those there are 20 or more football players who are better than you guys. So if you're putting on this jersey, you need to go fight for this nation. Yeah. And things didn't turn away. Shegera. Now we tried. But that was the best thing, like it has like something that have ever happened in my life. Like putting on the national jersey. And when it came to the senior team, that was a wow for me. So
Still talking
I mean,
about
I'm
national
living in a
team, okay?
dreams.
You say it was a wow, but I would like to take you through a little bit. in 2021, when you represented Uganda during the Africa Under 20
Yes, please.
Cup of Nations. You
Yes,
finished
please.
second. What was that experience like?
So the experience was, remember that our team, we grew up together since I think under 17, and in some tournaments, like it was a great experience. And I would like to thank FUFA, my President Magogo, and the administrators of FUFA, for the opportunity they give to the young guys to expose their talents. Because if you look back in the whole team, I think half of the team after that tournament, half of the players got deals like in different countries. Yeah, and our mission was to expose our talents, get teams, and earn a living and with our families. Yeah. And I remember when we were in the meeting, that's the same thing that the president called us and told us, you're there to represent the country, you're there to represent the nation, but as well, you have to expose yourself, like express yourself. Don't get so intimidated of other teams, because remember we went when they don't expect us to do anything.
Yeah.
But we disappointed so many like people, and we reached the final. Unfortunately, things didn't turn our way. But the great of everything was so good. The experience was nice, like being celebrating with the young players to where we were that time, and at least we could, I don't know, we could congratulate ourselves since everyone was like, "Oh, that's a small team. We're gonna pass through it." Yeah, so it was such a big experience, and I don't know how to say it, but I was so happy.
A World Cup dream cut short for you people because of
Yeah, I know.
because of a
I know.
picture. But anyway, it's a it's a little bit of a level that is kind of gone at this point of time. But
Yeah.
of course, with the senior team, uh, what would you like to do as a player, or what do you expect with some time to come, uh, in case you're called up for the senior national team, to be
Yeah.
able to do for it at this time?
My target for the senior team won't change so much with the team than my club, because every good player is to get better first of all, to have that experience, to enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy soccer, you're not gonna play it so good. So my if I get called, inshallah, I'll make sure that I do something to help the club, like the team, maybe to learn more from the coach and my fellow players, to help them, since we help each other as a team, to develop as a player, because it's a new coach right now. So and every coach that comes, you have to at least learn something from him. Yeah. And if you look at the team right now, there are so many young players and they play good football, and I would like to enjoy that too. I would like to be part of it, and I would like to be part of the, those people they say, oh, this generation did this, won the AFCON or reached somewhere with the AFCON, this thing. Everything, I think that's every player's dream in Uganda. So I wouldn't say that I'm gonna do much, because it takes a team to, it's a collective of like individuals come together and work as a team to put something in place.
You
Yeah.
recently signed a new deal with New York Red
Yeah.
Bulls through 2026. I
Yeah.
think it's a very nice time to be alive for someone to see you develop for how
Yeah.
long, how I've watched you, me
Yeah.
personally. But what are your goals for the next few seasons?
My goals won't change, because I think that's the same question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to develop more. I
Mhm.
want to learn more about soccer, how, like to work on my weaknesses and help myself as well to earn a living, to get more deals because I don't think I'm gonna be in Rebel for so much for so long. But at least I'd like to contribute for the team. I would like to contribute something, or maybe help myself, help my teammates, like in the field of play, how things can be done for the young players, how things are done for the new players, like to help each other uh, maybe earn a trophy this year or go somewhere or reach the final. Um, maybe like sign a big deal for the first team, play well. Like I can't mention many, but I have like a belief, and I believe in my team though.
In there, you've mentioned improving yourself, or
Yeah,
helping yourself develop.
yeah.
Which areas of your game are you currently working on to improve?
So I'm working about um, decision making. I'm working on my pressing style. I'm working on scoring more goals as a midfielder, making that the last pass, making more assists. Because a good player is not seen in a good player is seen in moments like that. So I wanna improve and develop into those weaknesses that I have, and with the help of my staff, like my coaches and my fellow teammates, I'm willing to learn, and I guess I'll do something in I will improve and get better in that.
How do you stay motivated as a player throughout the season?
So how do I stay motivated? There are so many things. So every game I win, that's a motivation. Every time I play so good, that's a motivation as a player. Uh every time I get so down, I fall, I think of where I come from. Uganda is not that, a good, like a living, everyone earning a living is not so good, quite good. So I wouldn't be down, fall down, and mentally stabbed than motivating myself. So I think about where I come from, the days I've not been in US, and I think about my family. So that makes me and push me to work more harder than even before to earn maybe a big deal for me to take care of my family, my friends, and myself as to invest more for the future. Another thing to motivate myself, I make sure I get something good for myself in terms of soccer. Maybe get a new cleat, do something, you know.
Who has been your biggest influence on your career? Because we know you've gone through a couple of hands,
Yeah.
but who would you mention as your biggest influence?
My biggest influence
Mm.
is the people that live with talents and they try to achieve them, but they don't have that platform. So when I think about that, that inspires me to do more. Because for me, I have their platform and I want to make them feel like, oh, even if you don't have a platform, you can do yourself better through your talent. Yeah.
So we should say that there are a couple of names that you've not mentioned on that list.
Yeah.
Anyway, all
There
right,
are so
going
many big
forward.
players. I won't say players
Mm,
because I think every talented person has gone through a situation.
mm. Yeah,
They
true.
fight hard. Yeah, they fight hard. So I won't say, oh, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Messi.
Mm.
So they all be in that situation. So I'm trying to be like, I was like, if I can do this, because they inspired me, yeah, to work hard and be like, oh, if Ronaldo was doing his mother was not allowing him to play soccer and was passing through the windows and put the boots first and go to the field and then come back. So that's the same situation. So I'm trying to make it in life for these other guys, like a talented ones, to be like, oh, if that guy did it, then I can do it. As Messi or Ronaldo or Ronaldinho inspired me because I've been watching the documentaries of them and it's the same story. So I want to be like, oh, if Serada did it, then means I can do it. And if Serada comes from another country, a poor family, that means I can do it. Yeah. So I won't mention the names.
But anyway, um,
Yeah.
when you mentioned the statement legend in Uganda, it may pull a lot of discussions.
Yeah.
Who is a legend and who is not. But one thing I'm certain of is that your head coach down there is one put on that list of legends in our country. How is
Yeah.
how has it been working with him?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think he has ever since I stepped my foot in the US, he has played so many roles for me. He has been a coach, he has been a parent, he has been a friend. I think he has been everything, my mentor. Because I won't say off the field, I'm this type of guy who would like to like chat a little bit. So we chat. Yeah. Off the field, I'm this guy who's gonna be like, oh, I'm so stressed. I'm so depressed. I'm not playing good. I'm not playing well. Yeah. So if I go to his office, we're not gonna talk about soccer. Yeah. He's gonna tell me, hey, you don't have to think about that. Something good is coming. So that's a friend. Yeah. You need to be patient. Football wise, every time he asks me to make a video with him, I go into classes. So he improves me as a coach. He takes care of me as a dad or a family member. He's my friend when I need him. Like is everything. When I go into tough decisions, I call him and I say, "Hey, Ibra, I have a decision. Can I do this?" So he's like, "I don't know." He advised me. So it's my decision to take. But he has helped me out to make a right decision. So most of my decisions, I won't say they are based on him, but he takes everything like so much on my decisions.
So
Um,
just heads up, there's only 2 minutes left on the call. So just one more question and then we'll be all good.
Okay.
all right. Uh, let's have a little bit of quick fire questions. Kind of
Yes, please.
entertaining, not more of thinking and what. But do you cook, dine, or order ready food?
I cook.
You cook.
Yeah.
How do you spend your free time in the USA?
I play video game, watch movies. That's it.
Which Ugandan phone number is on your speed dial?
You want me to know to mention the name?
Yeah, it's okay. You can mention the name.
Her name is Hilda.
Her name is Hilda.
Yeah.
For a while, I thought it was a he. Uh, what's
Why? Okay.
What's
Okay.
your favorite between NFL and NBA?
NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah. NBA is most like I like those dunks. They're so good. So I don't understand football so much.
Oh, okay. Then, what advice would you give to any young player out there who would dream of playing professional football like you?
So there are two, three, four things that I personally I do use. First of all is believe in God, pray. Yeah. Because when you believe in God, you pray, you get luck. There are so many players that do work hard, but they don't have luck, so they won't go far. You understand? So na kino kye tulimu nakyo kyetaagisamu luck. The second thing is discipline. Discipline is categorized of so many things, but the discipline I'm talking about is not greetings people. Yeah, discipline is how professionally are you taking care of yourself.